What's happening, guys? This is James Blonde. This time we're taking a first look at Marvel Heroes, a game set up with the Diablo-style gameplay and actually developed by some of the head guys who made Diablo 1 and 2, who now work for Gazillion Entertainment. The game, of course, is free to play, and I'm currently playing during the open beta weekend as Wolverine, you can see here. Now, the open beta weekend was extended because of the huge amount of people on the servers on Saturday, so they actually extended the open beta weekend until Tuesday. And here we are, we're playing, and we haven't played too far. I've actually played a little bit longer with another character. I played as Iron Man, and I'll show you a little bit of that gameplay in a little while. I leveled that character up just to show you a little bit further into the game, but for now we're going to start with Wolverine. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade one of my skills since I leveled up to level 4 here. And I've got to say the skill system surprised me just a little bit. See, when you level up, you actually gain skill points, so I can go ahead and add them to, like, this one right here. I guess I'll go with this. And but at the same time, when you rank up, you gain access to these skills. So you have to do it in a certain order. Like, I can't really tell how many you have to level up to get to the next skill point at the moment. Maybe I'm overlooking that. But at the same time, some of the special gear that you find will give you access to some of these skills earlier than you would. It'll say, like, you gain access to Fury or something earlier than you would, like at rank 2 instead of whatever rank you would normally get that in. So I'm going to go ahead and go to one of the side areas here. This is actually, I did this with Iron Man when I played a little earlier, and it actually was pretty rewarding. I got quite a bit of experience and a couple particles, which is some of the crafting material that you can gain. And, well, these guys aren't rare like I saw them last time. So the game generates random environments every time you enter a new area. It's going to be different than the last time. A lot like Path of Exile or even Diablo, to where that way you're not familiar with where your exit is. And so this guy here in the yellow, I'm about to wail on for a little bit, is a unique guy, or rare guy. He doesn't have any particular stats on him. He's just overall, like, tankier, and I'm really low on spirit. Not enough spirit. I do have to admit I am a little bit used to the Path of Exile method of gaining mana, to where I have several mana pots refilling all the time, and I can, ooh, nice, got some rare or magic items there. I guess I don't know how to categorize those. I guess legendary would be the yellow, and then the purple is going to be the rare. Hell yeah, I'm going to bind this. Alright, 22 health plus 2 quick slash. Nice. Healing factor. So these are kind of like the mods in Borderlands, where it just kind of adds to your overall stats and things like that in terms of, or I guess beyond your typical stats, but more or less it's adding some of the points to the skills you don't currently have. So when you get to that point and you're actually leveling up your skills on your tree, you gain a little bit of a benefit there. So that's cool. We got a rare item at that point, and see, like I said, those may be worthwhile stepping into, and they're quite often. You can find them in the open world situations, or in this case, I'm in a dungeon. I'm not actually playing with anybody else around me. So this guy's like magic, and it says that he's deadly, but I'm going to take him out before he becomes deadly. I really like Wolverine's movements here. You've got the regular auto attack is just kind of a swipe, and then your right click is going to be like he kind of dashes, and that's a little hard to control. It does damage, but it can also get you out of bad situation. That's really what I liked when I played the game at PAX East. I could actually dash out of situations, and I was actually going up against quite a bit of enemies at the time. If you can check that out, definitely head over to that video, and it's pretty interesting. Okay, so I got a new belt. Let's see if this is any better than the one I have. Not really. All right. I like to check out the items that I pick up. I'm used to just kind of mousing over the items whenever I'm playing Path of Exile. And, you know, I want to say that playing as Iron Man for a little while, I've noticed that the items that are dropped, there's a lot of items that are just basic items, and they're not really important to pick up. So if it's not green, then I'm not typically going to pick it up. You're not going to see me pick it up. It's not that big of a deal, because I'm going to end up either filling up my inventory or selling it anyway. This new skill that I equipped here on my A is actually pretty cool. It eats up my spirit, but it does a lot of AoE, and it's good if you just kind of stand in front of them and just have at it. So like I said, I haven't really progressed too far in the game at this point with Wolverine. This is actually the first sort of like mission that you have to do after the tutorial. You have to investigate the nightclub district. The tutorial is actually pretty good. It's very helpful for new users, and this game is very keen to new players, so you don't have to have played like the Diablo games to have fun playing this one. And it's really cool because they do a good job of representing all of the Marvel characters. Like there you go. There's actually Shocker. We're playing. This is the second boss in the game. The first guy you get to fight fight is Living Laser. And they do a really good job of representing a lot of the Marvel heroes that you don't particularly get to see. For example, like when I was little, back early 90s, I actually collected a lot of the Marvel heroes, Fleer Ultra cards, and I still actually have them to this day. Hopefully they're worth a lot of money, but I remember a lot of these characters. Now I'm definitely not a Marvel like expert or anything like that, but if I see a Marvel hero, I'm like, oh, I know who that is. Like Shocker, for example, I have a lot of his cards, and some of the other enemies and heroes that you find in this game, which is pretty cool. I definitely like that aspect of that. It kind of brings back some of the memories, and it makes me want to go look at my cards. But anyway, the bosses at early level are actually pretty tough. They're hard to, they take a while to kill. The difference being, there we, he hit me with the very last one there. The difference being is as you fight some of the next couple of bosses, they start hitting harder. These early bosses, you can just kind of really tank them. Okay, so what did he give me here? He gave me some boots that are nowhere near as good as my epic boots that I found earlier. And I picked up his medal. Each time you kill a boss, you pick up one of these medals, then you bind them to your character. That one gives me a 5% chance to knock back and damage enemies if I'm taking damage. And let's see here, a couple of other items that are not quite as good as mine. This one's a little bit better. Anyway, so what I'll do here is I'll actually make my way through the rest of this area and kind of skip ahead a little bit to get back into the action, because I have a feeling I'm going to do a little bit of walking because I'm going to have to find the exit. I'm pretty sure that I killed nearly everybody in here, so I'm going to have to go find it again. But yeah, we'll pick it up in just a second here. Oh, gotta go pick up this loot. Okay, so made it out of the dungeon, and we're here in the nightclub. I'm going to pick my waypoint here, make sure that we have that to go back to. And I'm going to show off some of my moves on the dance floor. Come on, man, I'm going to show you how to do this. Get it, Wolverine, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Alright, that's good, that's good. Show them off. Got served, buddies. Not quite as good as this guy here. That's more like I dance in real life. I just do that, like I don't do anything else. That really works. You know, it gets the alcohol flowing. And then I can't dance after that, but whatever. Alright, so here we go. We're going to break up this little fight here, even though I killed the guy that they're aiming the gun at. Okay, so they dropped some knives here. These actually aren't for me, but they can be used for another character, or you can sell them if you want to. Depends on if you want to pick them up. I mean, that one I probably shouldn't have picked up. But sometimes they drop items like, well, for example, that shield there. Is for Captain America, obviously, but if I did have that character, then I can use that for Captain America if it is a good enough shield. I'll go ahead and pick it up and look at it later. Otherwise, I'll just sell it. Or if I'm feeling nice enough, I can go in the open world area and kind of drop it and just have other players pick that up. If I see a big group of Captain Americas running around, I might drop that shield and be like, here, fight over this. I don't know. So it may or may not be better than some of the other ones. If you play as Captain America, you might know that. So there's a lot of stuff in the area you can destroy. Like I can actually probably pick up some of these barrels here. Let me see if I can do that. And I can actually throw them. It's pretty cool. Or you can swing at them. Like if you're, you can swing at them, shoot at them, or something like that. If you're Iron Man, you can shoot at them from a distance. See, I actually missed, but it blew up kind of stuff over there, and I think hurt somebody. Hurt somebody's soul. I don't know. Now I'm doing some pretty good damage here. I do need to level up. Right now I don't have the opportunity to. I keep fighting these guys. So obviously the little red orbs that you pick up are health, and then the blue ones are going to be your spirit, which is, like I was talking about earlier, is your mana. And you can also find purple ones, which revives both of them. So you automatically start regenning your spirit as you go. And there are things that you can do, like skills or gear, that help you either add more or help it regenerate a lot faster. The med kits are handy. That's a lot like taking a potion. You can craft those, or you can purchase them with currency that you find from getting these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and level up because I've been needing to for a little while here. Let's see if we can get a new skill going. So I was looking earlier. I think I'm going to go with the Brutal Slash. It allows me to take advantage of my Fury meter, which you see kind of flashing here right above my skill bar. And so when I use the Brutal Slash, like I'll show you in a second, it'll deplete my Fury, but does increased damage, and it has a longer knockback duration. And really all I have to do to get my Fury back is to use my basic attack, which I end up having to use anyway because I start running out of spirit once I use some of my bigger attacks, or my first skill there, which uses quite a bit of spirit. Alright, so we should be finding Dr. Octopus here pretty soon. Oh, nice. We got a whole mob of like special guys. These guys are gonna be kind of tough. It should be fun. So this is the part that I like. I like it when there's huge mobs, which is really cool. There's been quite a bit of large mobs, especially I'll show you in a little while when I play as Iron Man. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some of the big mobs that are in that area. Now I did go into the options and turn on the floating numbers just to kind of get a better idea of what type of damage that I was doing. And it's also helpful because you can tell whether or not an enemy is resistant to what you're doing. Like if he's resistant to melee attacks and you don't have these floating numbers on here, it may be a little difficult to tell that. So, see, exactly, he's resistant to that secondary hit that I have. Well, maybe he was only resistant that one time. This guy's quick. I guess that's one of his special attributes. If you mouse over him, you can see that he is resistant and quick. And, yeah. So when you typically you mouse over them and you can tell what sort of attributes they have, and that will help you, especially later game. A lot like some of the maps that you get in Path of Exile when you're going up against a lot of rare enemies. You got to really know what they are. As for the early game here, definitely not something you have to worry about.
Next time, bring more flunkies.
Smoldering Rage is actually for the Hulk. I picked that up as Iron Man. I figured that if somebody doesn't have that, I don't know how rare it is, but if somebody doesn't have that, so here we go, it's actually Smash. So being that the Hulk doesn't have a whole lot of armor or weapons and stuff like that, I guess you have to pick up like a potion for the Hulk. And that's my assumption. I haven't actually got to play as the Hulk. But at the same time, that's actually a pretty cool way of doing it. I don't know if I guess that is a way of gaining a skill faster, like I was saying earlier. Some of the gear that you pick up will give you skills earlier than you would normally receive them by leveling up, which is kind of cool. Cool, found it. So this is the Kingpin's warehouse. This is where we're going to fight Doc Ock. And if you need the map, you can actually hit tab and do the overlay map like you can in the traditional like Diablo style games, which is very helpful when you're trying to find like the exit or you know, crucial location. Obviously you see it there blinking. Haha, looks like she's trying to get away with something. And we've got to find this tablet of life and time, and as soon as we start to take this one, I believe Dr. Octopus kind of breaks in. Yep, there he is. Pretty cool looking. He's kind of hovering around. I like that. And like I said, some of these earlier enemies, they don't really do a whole lot of damage, so he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he will grab you like that and throw you. So you got to be careful. And it looks like most of my stuff is he's resistant to. He will throw some of the floor at you. So he does have some ranged attacks. You kind of got to get out of the way. I wish it indicated his kind of AoE. Let's see if that works. Ah, I went right through him. I wish it knocked him back. So that is cool, but only if it works. Let's see if I can lead him. Oh, there you go. He took a little bit of damage that way. It'd be nice if it did a little bit more physics and kind of blew him back, but I don't know. I guess I'm asking for too much. I'm running out of spirit here. I can't go underneath his legs unless I'd use my slash attack. I think I'm going to sit here and tank him like I did. He's really, my life regen is actually faster than his his damage he's doing, so I'm not really worried about it. Plus, I think I'm a little bit higher level than I need to be in this area, which is nice because I did that in the open world area. So you can go and kind of do some of the events. Like one of the events in the open world area was to like help protect the police squad that was defending some of the, I guess, the bank or something like that. And then there was a bunch of Arcanists that was setting a building on fire, and you had to kill like 20 of those. And it's pretty easy because they come out of the same location. And usually you have like 5 or 6 people there at least fighting them for you, helping you fight, and so it's pretty relaxing. You really don't have to worry about your health and that sort of thing. They do have event bosses, and hopefully sometime during this video I'll be able to show you. See, like I said, he was pretty easy. I just had to tank him. But the event bosses are actually pretty tough. They take a while to, they're actually raid bosses here. Now we got a cutscene. This cutscene's pretty funny. Let's check it out.
We won one. High five. You can't give a brother a high five?
Thank you. I was looking for that.
Sweet Christmas. Who the hell was that?
Calls himself the Hood.
So all the good names were taken?
Don't underestimate him. That cape and hood, let him teleport anywhere in the world.
Intel says he's a serious pretender to Kingpin's throne.
Oh, come on, Spider-Man. You had one job.
Damn it.
Really?
Good job, everybody.
We just gave the Hood the edge he needs to take this entire city.
Ain't gonna happen. Someone somewhere knows
I actually
where
don't
this
know
guy hangs
who
his
that guy
papers.
is.
We need to go
It's not
to Fury
Bishop.
with this.
Actually, I think I know who we should talk to first.
Spider-Man's all scrawny. Alright, so what we'll do is I'll head back to the Avengers Tower, and we can switch to Iron Man. I'm actually going to add a skill point here, and I forgot to talk to that guy. I don't know if that's important or not. But we'll switch to Iron Man. I'll show you a little bit of the later gameplay, and hopefully we'll run into one of the event bosses that I was talking about. Let's see here. I'm going to go and add... I really like that one because it'll do some crit chance. Essentially, it does quite a bit of damage. So if I need to beat down a boss, then I'm tanking. Smell weaknesses. Start out your enemy's weaknesses, rendering them... Or sniff out your enemy's weaknesses. Okay, so... That's kind of neat. I don't know if I want... let's go with the sweeping slash. Yeah, nice. So we can add to that because that's pretty good. I use that quite often. So, alright, so let's switch to Iron Man. Basically, you hit T and you can switch to your characters if you have those. Iron Man being right here. Zoom in on whoever that is. And you can see here that my Iron Man is level 11, so I'm actually at chapter like 3, I believe, maybe 4.
Okay, but I just got this armor polished.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you play as Iron Man, you get the arrogance of Tony Stark, and the NPCs kind of respond accordingly. It's pretty funny. So I'm going to go to the latest location I am with Iron Man currently, and it's kind of like a level 11 or 10 through something zone, and show you the open world area, and hopefully we'll run into an event boss. There we go. Okay, we found one. It didn't take very long. This is Gorgon, which I don't know this Marvel villain. But we're going to take care of him here. It looks like we've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 different guys. We got some Thor, we got some Black Panther, and whatever it may be. I've got quite a bit of skills with the Iron Man here. This rapid fire skill that I have is pretty cool. Oh, nice, and I leveled up. Let's see here. I'll just go ahead and level up my basic attack. I switched out my basic attack with one that freezes a little bit, which is pretty cool. And I did unlock a new skill in my defense shield. So Iron Man both has attack and defense sort of skills, which are really handy. I've got a on G there. I have a shield that basically lets me take 200 damage, and it won't go away until I take 200 damage. But it reflects half of the damage all the time. So that can really save you in a lot of situations. Kind of gives you a bonus there. Oh man, I got turned into stone. I didn't even see that. So I guess that makes sense. Gorgon, which is what Medusa is, so he's gonna be able to turn you into stone with his eyes, like he did again. I'm not doing too good on health. I'm gonna use a health pack there. Health packs don't restore full health, but they do restore a lot of it, and definitely enough to get you out of harm's way. From what I've seen so far, the enemies in the game are actually really cool too. The ones obviously not besides the heroes and like just the typical thugs that you have to fight. Like you gotta fight ninjas, you gotta fight velociraptors, you gotta fight snakes, like the snake archer guys, these gorgons, and some guys in like mechs, which is pretty cool. Like some of the guys, they kind of look like the guys on Borderlands 2. You know, the engineers and stuff that are all mechanized. You gotta fight those guys. But yeah, overall the enemies are really cool, especially the villains that you get to fight. Obviously, if you know who they are, then it kind of brings back memories or whatever it may be. If you're into the Marvel universe, then that can definitely be appealing for players. But one, I suppose, drawback to the game is that it seems like there's no way around unlocking other heroes to play as without spending actual money. Now, when I got into the beta, I noticed that my account had 2,000 gold on it starting out, and I guess I'm not sure if that's something to do with the beta or if that's something they're going to give players who sign up. So, you know, maybe when the game launches, you'll sign up, you'll have 2,000 to spend on another hero. I can't tell you that. I have no idea. And but it was enough to buy another hero, so I bought Wolverine with that. And some of the characters are more expensive than others. It seems like it's just kind of based off of popularity and demand, sort of like the champions in League of Legends. But starting out with 2,000, Wolverine was 1,200. Some of the other ones like Deadpool were 2,000, and I think Hawkeye and like Black Widow was 600 to 800, something like that. So you might be able to get 3 heroes out of it. Who knows? Now, on top of that, you can purchase hero bundles that have heroes along with alternate costumes and some consumables and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like there's too many bundles that have items or gear that you know, that can give you an advantage. But right now there are 3 bundles, and in order to pick up the ultimate pack with all of the heroes, you're looking at paying around 200 bucks. So my suggestion is hopefully they give everybody that 2,000 gold to start out with, and you know, that way you can get at least one alternate character from the one that you start with. And with that, you choose carefully which hero you play as, and you know, kind of check around online and watch some playthroughs or whatever. Try to figure out which character you're going to like, the playstyle of, and go with that. And then do the same thing when you're choosing your alternate character. That way you get the most out of the game. And then, you know, after you play the game a little while with those characters, you might have a good idea of what to do next in terms of buying another hero. But one cool thing is that you can purchase alternate costumes by themselves, so that's nice. You can also find special costumes as loot in random places. Now, I haven't found any on either of my heroes currently, but I did when I was at PAX East. And you'll probably have like special costumes that you can only purchase with real currency in the cash shop, but at least there's some cool costumes that you might find when you're playing as well. And with as many players as we are beating on this guy, you can't even see him, and there's so many numbers. Look at all the numbers, like all the damage that we're dealing to this guy. You can actually see his health going down. So it's a lot like a raid boss, in which, you know, you just have to have a lot of different guys. Look at all the dodges and resists this guy has. I would like to see the stats on this boss. It'd be pretty cool. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna finish killing off this boss here with these guys. Doesn't look like it's gonna take too much longer. What the heck? He just like disappeared. Overall, the game is really fun. Definitely suggest trying it out. There seems to be a pretty good amount of content to play through already, you know. Like, I do think it would be awesome if they added a hardcore difficulty or league so players can challenge themselves, like, by playing the game without dying. I definitely think that would add a lot of replay value to the game and make it more worthwhile to get a lot of the different heroes. But, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for more information about Marvel Heroes, head over to the game profile at MMOHUD.com. Or you can ask me some questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to try to get them answered for you. Definitely going to keep playing this game here, so maybe I'll see you guys in-game. Send me an invite, and we can play together. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.